The reason that it's so important to regularly assess your health using laboratory tests is because without them, you don't have a clue. There is no way to tell whether you're balanced, imbalanced when it comes to hormones, thyroid function. I see patients all the time, almost daily, that have been told, well, your thyroid's fine. Well, it's not always fine. We have been taught as physicians to look at TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, by the endocrine societies for years. Well, your thyroid, there's something called subclinical hypothyroidism. And a friend of mine, Dennis Wilson, kind of coined that term of subclinical hypothyroidism. It's subclinical low free T3, the active hormone. And it has to be way off before TSH rises. I recently looked at some blood work on my 99-year-old father. His TSH was normal, but he was sleeping all the time. He's still living at home. We'll be celebrating his 100th birthday at Thanksgiving, which we're very excited. But his caregivers that come in and help him out during the day said, it's 11, your dad got up and he's sleeping again. I looked at his free T3, it was 2. That's the bottom of the normal range. Well, again, we don't do anything normal. We want everything optimal. And so that number is 3.5 to 4.4, the upper limits of normal. Started him on 60 milligrams of armored thyroid. Within a week, he had already been out to get his newspaper before the caregivers arrived at 9 a.m. And so, laboratory testing is essential. We look at a lot, from simple complete blood counts to chemistry panels, full thyroid panels, all hormone levels, estradiol, testosterone, progesterone, DHEA, human growth hormone. We test something called IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor. And, we want that to be where you were in your 20s. How do we do that? Well, first, we'll usually start with peptide therapy, but sometimes we'll progress on to actually using human growth hormone because I call it the icing on the cake. The foundation and baking the cake is balancing all of your hormones, diet, nutrition, sleep quality. And so all of these things together give us a picture of your overall health. We look at other things yearly, particularly when starting a program like biomarkers, markers of inflammation. We do C-reactive protein, total and cardiac, homocysteine, which is an inflammatory protein. And these things can easily be supplemented and improved using anti-inflammatory compounds like fish oil. We use methylated B vitamins and folic acid to help suppress homocysteine. So there's a wide variety of micronutrients that are very important that are not necessarily in your diet. And even eating organic foods, i.e. clean. Well, guess what? A lot of things are grown in nutrient-poor soil just because of our modern day and age in commercial farming. So we want to look at everything that we can. We'll do micronutrient testing so we can specifically make sure that your levels are adequate. And then biologic age testing, the pace of aging, telomere length, all of these things give us a snapshot of where you are today, good, bad, or ugly. It is what it is, but we know that we can impact that. There's been a lot of research in 20 years in the field of longevity and anti-aging medicine that, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a millionaire to be able to access. And so we want to make it simple for everyone to be able to have these modalities and treatments and to really help you live your best life. And that's what I find exciting. The laboratory testing is very important. And then we do it quarterly. It's not just one and done. You get a prescription, here's a couple of milligrams of estradiol or a little testosterone lozenge, or maybe we do pellet therapy. If we don't know specifically where those levels are and prove that 4 weeks, 6 weeks later, that you're in the optimal range, how could anyone expect to feel their best? And so it has to be handled in a very scientific, thought out formulated manner so that you get the best of what life has to offer, and that hormone therapy is done correctly and safely in a way that everyone can benefit. So, a lot of people ask me sometimes before they come in, even, hey, I want to do peptides. And I say, great. What for? And so there are a lot of different peptides. And that's the reason that we need to look at a lot of different and a variety of lab tests, because every peptide has a specific action. We use certain peptides just to boost immune system function. We use one called BPC 157 to help decrease inflammation. We use peptides to stimulate human growth hormone production. We use peptides to improve sexual function. We use peptides to improve cognitive function. And so all of these tests are extremely important and have meaning to people like me that make it our life's work to search for solutions to the things and the complaints that our patients have most commonly. And so the only way to know that we're being most effective is to continually search, look at the labs, design a plan, follow up. Did we accomplish what we hoped to accomplish? How are you feeling? What's the blood level? Oh, well, the IGF-1 is still 120. It should be 200 or 250. And so all of it has a significant impact on how you feel every day. And it's something that we take great pride in paying attention to the detail to help us get the best results. Really, the most exciting thing that we've added to the practice of in this last year is the ultimate Aspen experience. And if you can tell by the screen behind us, we're in a little slice of heaven. We love it here for a reason, whether it's hiking, biking, fishing in the summer, or as you can see, we're starting to get a little snow, and so we'll be skiing pretty shortly. But the ultimate Aspen experience is something that I developed from my 20 plus years of hormone therapy, from 12 plus years after a stem cell fellowship of using your own autologous adipose derived mesenchymal stem cells to help repair injury, to use everything from facial rejuvenation to stimulating hair growth. And so we do comprehensive blood testing before you arrive. Then we do a series battery of tests, from the Gallery test screening for 50 cancers to bioage tests looking at DNA methylation and telomere length to give us the pace of aging, biologic versus chronologic age, risk of disease. And then we make a plan to continue to correct any hormone deficiencies and then continue that program for a year. That's part of this week-long anti-aging makeover. It really continues for 12 months. We do high-dose ozone and blood purification, which can remove microtoxins, heavy metals, viral particles and compounds. It boosts NAD plus levels significantly. And so that is another treatment that we provide during that week, along with IV vitamin therapy, micronutrients, micronutrient testing. And so it really is a jump start, if you will. My motto is, give us a week, we'll give you 10 years back. And I don't think that's an exaggeration. I have patients that just feel tremendous, that what we've done is give them their 20-year-old to 30-year-old life back at whatever decade they're in. And energy levels, muscle mass, body composition, chemistries, cholesterol, all the things that we work on to normalize and optimize. This is the best way that I know to do it and to take a running start at changing the rest of your life.